London, 1888, a city shrouded in mystery and darkness. Gaslight flickered on cobblestone streets, casting eerie shadows. Fog, thick and heavy, clung to the city, making every corner a potential hiding place. A sense of dread filled the air, as if the city itself was holding its breath. Jack the Ripper stalked the night, his presence a chilling whisper in the fog. Whitechapel, a place of poverty and despair, became his hunting ground. The streets were his domain, women, vulnerable and alone, were his prey. They walked in fear, never knowing if they would be next. The newspapers called him a monster, a phantom that eluded capture. Fear spread through the city like a disease, infecting every household and every heart. No one was safe from the Ripper's reign of terror. Police were baffled, their efforts seemingly in vain. Who was this shadowy figure? A man, a ghost, or something more sinister? Would he ever be caught? The question lingered in the minds of all. The city held its breath, waiting for the next strike, the next victim. Every shadow seemed to whisper Jack. The terror had only just begun. Mary Ann Nichols, Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, Catherine Eddowes, Mary Jane Kelly. 5 names forever linked by tragedy. 5 lives cut short by the Ripper's blade. These women, all living in poverty, were brutally murdered. Their throats slashed, their bodies mutilated. The details, too gruesome to print, spread by word of mouth. Each murder was a hammer blow to the already frightened city. The killer seemed to vanish into thin air. The police were no closer to finding him. The victims' families grieved. London trembled. Who would be next? Amidst the fear and chaos, a chilling letter arrived, shrouded in mystery and dread. Sent to the Central News Agency, it was signed Jack the Ripper, the name that struck terror into the hearts of Londoners. Was it a hoax? Or the killer himself toying with the police, mocking their efforts to catch him? The From Hell letter, as it became known, was filled with chilling details, each word dripping with malice. It spoke of further murders, of removing organs with surgical precision, hinting at the killer's gruesome expertise. The writer seemed to revel in the terror he inspired. The police investigated tirelessly. Was the letter genuine? The handwriting was analysed meticulously, the ink examined under scrutiny. But the mystery remained unsolved. The From Hell letter became a symbol of the Ripper's power, a haunting reminder of his reign of terror. A chilling reminder that he was always one step ahead, evading capture and leaving the city in a state of perpetual fear. Section 4. In the shadow of suspicion, the elusive killer. The search for Jack the Ripper was relentless. The streets of Victorian London were filled with fear and uncertainty. The police followed every lead, every whisper. They knocked on doors, questioned witnesses, and scoured the city for any clue that might lead them to the killer. Suspects emerged from the shadows, butchers, doctors, each one scrutinized under the harsh light of suspicion. Even members of the royal family were not above suspicion. Theories abounded, some more outlandish than others. Montague John Druitt, a barrister who committed suicide shortly after the final murder, became a prime suspect. His untimely death fueled speculation and rumors. Was it an admission of guilt, or merely a tragic coincidence? Aaron Kosminski, a Polish immigrant living in Whitechapel, was another suspect. His presence in the area and his behavior drew the attention of the authorities. His mental state and violent tendencies made him a plausible candidate. The asylum records painted a disturbing picture. Despite numerous suspects and theories, the Ripper was never caught. The frustration of the detectives was palpable. His identity remains a mystery to this day. The fog of history has obscured the truth, leaving us to wonder who Jack the Ripper really was. Section 5. The mystery endures, Jack the Ripper's grip on history. The Whitechapel murders ended as abruptly as they began. Jack the Ripper vanished into the fog and legend, but the fear he instilled lingered. Over a century later, the case continues to fascinate. Books, movies and documentaries keep the legend alive. The unsolved mystery fuels endless speculation. Was Jack a brilliant surgeon, a madman driven by bloodlust, or something more sinister? We may never know. Section 6. An unsolved puzzle, the legacy of fear. Jack the Ripper remains an enigma, a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk in the shadows. His crimes, brutal and calculated, left an indelible mark on history. The Whitechapel murders serve as a stark reminder of the vulnerability of life. They are a testament to the fear that can grip a city. The unsolved mystery of Jack the Ripper continues to haunt us. It is a puzzle that may never be solved, but the search for answers goes on. The legend lives on.